Hey songwriters, welcome back to At-Home Songwriting. I'm Chad Shank, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Today we're diving into something that every great song needs, and that is emotion. So whether you're writing a heart-wrenching ballad or a great big anthem, connecting with your listener on an emotional level is key. So in this video, I'm sharing 5 essential tips on how you can add emotion and express emotion in your songs. And stick around to the end for a bonus insight that will help you tie everything together. So let's go. Tip number 1, embrace vulnerability. So don't shy away from your deepest emotions and your personal experiences. Some of the most powerful songs come from that raw honesty. So think about moments in your life that moved you, that challenged you, that even broke you. Right from that place. When you're honest and authentic, your lyrics become more relatable and your listeners will feel the connection. For example, instead of just saying, I'm heartbroken, explore what that heartbreak actually feels like. Does it feel like glass cutting into your skin? Does it feel like breathing with tape over your mouth? What does it feel like? Describe it to us with your senses and really make us feel what you're feeling and express that. You know, sometimes vulnerability is not easy, but I can tell you it's worth it. Tip number 2 is use vivid imagery. I know you've heard it before, but it's such a powerful tool. Your lyrics should paint a picture. Sensory details like taste, touch, sight, sound, and smell, they can all make your songs unforgettable. So let's say you're writing about an old truck. Don't just call it an old truck. Really describe the ripped vinyl seats, the stuck clutch, and the way the steering wheel shakes when you turn too quickly. These details create such a rich, immersive world for your listeners, and that's the key. Pull them into the world and capture their emotion. I want you to think of imagery as the bridge between your emotions and your listener's imagination. The more specific you are, the more universal your song can feel. Tip number 3, match musical elements to the emotion. Your key, tempo, rhythm, and melody are all just as important as the lyrics. Do you want to evoke sadness or introspection? Try a slower tempo, maybe a minor key. If you want to express joy and excitement, go for a faster tempo and a major key. The key to figuring out which musical emotion works best for your lyrical idea is to experiment. Try different tempos, try different chords. Are you using major chords? Are you using minor chords? Are you using chord extensions? Are you using like sevenths, ninths, those types of things? Not one formula works every time. You want to experiment and see what communicates and expresses the emotion that you're trying to communicate the best. What works in one song doesn't work in another. And the emotional impact of your song starts in the music. And I'm going to say that one again. The emotional impact of your song starts in the music. And tip number 4, you might have heard this one before as well, but it's show, don't tell. So instead of directly saying how you feel, go back and use that imagery and your storytelling to really show the emotion and what's happening in your song. So instead of just saying, I'm sad, really describe what that feels like and maybe use metaphor. Is sadness like ice melting in the sun? Is it like breathing underwater? What does that really feel like? Give us those similes, those metaphors to really pull us in and show us the emotion instead of telling us. Country music is especially great at this. So think about how stories unfold in songs like The House That Built Me by Miranda Lambert. The emotion is clear and it never really is explicitly stated. It's shown, but it's not told. And tip number 5, I want you to consider your song's perspective. Who is singing? Who are they singing to? This is point of view. Point of view can dramatically alter the emotional delivery of a song. Are you telling the story as first-person direct address? Are you narrating someone else's story? For instance, saying, I miss you feels much more personal and connected than she misses him. The third person creates a sense of distance, whereas the first person direct address really creates a sense of intimacy. So choose your perspective that aligns with the emotional intent and the truth of what you're trying to say. So there you have it, 5 tips on how to express emotion in your songs. Embrace vulnerability, use vivid imagery, match your music to the emotion of your lyrics, show, don't tell, and consider and be very intentional about your point of view and your perspective. But here's the bonus insight. Embracing songwriting as a craft helps you learn how to emotionally communicate what you want to communicate in your song. So crafts are something that you can develop. The more you practice these tips, the easier it will become to write songs that truly resonate with your listeners. So if you want a free course on how you can use rhyme as a tool and an emotional tool instead of just something that you do because every other song rhymes, go to athomesongwritingcourses.com and sign up for the free Using Rhyme as a Tool, Not a Necessity. It's 100% free. It's a complete class and course on how rhyme can be used to communicate emotion. And there's probably some things in there that you have not considered about why songs rhyme and how you can use it on purpose. So if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave some comments on your favorite songwriting tips. And don't forget to join our free songwriting community at athomesongwritingcourses.com. There's free online courses. There's the community where you can post your songs and get feedback. I'd love to meet you in some of the upcoming free workshops that we do. And I will see you in the next video.